All right, let's talk about the single biggest shakeup to meta ads we've seen since 2021. It's got a name, Andromeda. And look, if you're a D2C brand, this is probably the reason your whole ad world feels like it's been turned completely upside down. But don't worry, we're going to give you the playbook to get through it. Let's dive right in.
Okay, let's just get straight to the point. Have you been staring at your ads manager lately? Maybe pulling your hair out, just wondering, what on earth happened? Why did your ROAS suddenly fall off a cliff this year? If you're nodding along right now, I want you to know you are so not alone. This isn't just a bad week or a bad month. We're talking about a fundamental shift in the entire platform.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about what we're calling the Great Meta Reset. Then you'll meet the AI engine behind it all, Andromeda. After that, we'll break down the new formula for success, give you a tactical playbook you can use today, and finally, we'll cover the most common failures, and of course, how to fix them.
All right, first things first, let's just acknowledge the problem head-on. This isn't some small algorithm tweak, you know? It's a full-on system reset, and it's affecting pretty much everyone running ads.
And this is probably the most important thing to get straight right from the get-go. If your numbers just fell off a cliff, seriously, take a deep breath. It is almost certainly not your product. It's not your offer, it's not your landing page. The actual ground beneath your feet has shifted. It really is the system. So, what is this new system really? Well, it's time to diagnose the cause. Let's formally meet the reason for all this chaos. It's a brand new AI engine that Meta rolled out, and its name is Andromeda.
So Andromeda is basically a total rebuild of how ads get delivered. Think of it as this super smart AI-powered retrieval engine. In the past, you were the one telling Meta who to show your ads to. Now, Andromeda AI takes a look at your creative, the video, the image, the words, and in a split second, it decides who the perfect audience is.
And that right there is the core shift. We've literally gone from a world of manual audience targeting, picking interests, building lookalikes, to this new world of creative-based retrieval. It's a huge change. You don't pick the audience anymore, your creative does it for you.
So, let's boil it all down to one simple idea. If you remember literally nothing else from this, please remember this one sentence. Creative is the new targeting. That's it. That one idea changes absolutely everything about how we need to think about advertising on Meta.
Okay, so if creative is the new targeting, what are the new rules of the game, right? How do we actually win in this new environment? Well, it all comes down to a pretty simple formula.
And here it is. Your new path to a sustainable ROAS is this: creative velocity times signal quality times simplicity. So what does that mean? Creative velocity is all about how fast you can pump out a lot of different kinds of ads. Signal quality is just about how clean and accurate your data is. And simplicity? Well, that means you've got to radically simplify your campaign setups.
Yeah, these three things are basically the new pillars of success. They're non-negotiable. 1. Your creative diversity is how you target now. 2. Simple account structures will always beat complex ones. And 3. The quality of your data is what's going to let you scale.
All right, theory is great and all, but let's get tactical. Let's talk about what you need to do in your ad account like right now. Time to open up the playbook.
It really breaks down into a simple 3-step process. Step 1 is audit. You got to map out all your creatives. And, this is crucial, fix your data tracking. Step 2, simplify. Merge everything down into one master CBO campaign. And step 3 is scale. That means refreshing your ads every week and tracking the right stuff, like your marketing efficiency ratio, or MER.
And the ideal setup now? It's almost shockingly simple. We're talking one CBO campaign for each goal, like purchases. Inside that, just one single broad ad set. Seriously, no more slicing and dicing audiences. You just load that one ad set with 10 to 15 genuinely different creatives, turn on Advantage Plus placements, and that's basically it. But hold on, what does distinct or different actually mean to the AI? Because this is key. It doesn't mean just changing the headline or swapping the background color. No way. It means a totally new storyline, a different setting, a different format, like a UGC video versus a polished studio ad. Little tiny edits, the AI sees those as duplicates, and they'll just end up competing against each other. And here are some awesome real-world examples to make this concrete. Look at the skincare row. You've got 3 totally different angles, right? One is all about the result, a 7-day glow-up. The next is about authority, a dermatologist explaining the science. And the third is about the sensory experience, an ASMR video. See? 3 completely different approaches for 3 different types of customers. This is the kind of diversity that Andromeda absolutely loves. Okay, let's circle back to that second part of our formula, signal quality. I can't stress this enough. In this new world, your Conversions API setup, your CAPI, is completely non-negotiable. The AI learns from the data you give it, so if you're feeding it messy, incomplete data, well, it's going to make bad decisions. It's the classic garbage in, garbage out problem.
So let's say you've simplified your campaigns. You're working on making more diverse creative. What are the roadblocks you're likely to hit? Let's do a quick troubleshooting session on the most common failures and exactly how to fix them.
Okay, think of this as your quick reference guide. Are your ads not delivering at all? You probably just don't have enough unique creative. The fix? Add at least 5 new storylines. Are your costs through the roof? That usually means a weak hook or a poor data match. You got to refresh your visuals and clean up that CAPI. Seeing that dreaded learning limited message? Your budget's probably spread too thin across too many ad sets. The fix is to merge them into one CBO to give the algorithm more data to work with.
And you know, this quote really just says it all, doesn't it? It's the whole strategy in a nutshell. It's not about finding some secret audience hack anymore. The way you win in the world of Andromeda is simple. Give it more diverse creative, simplify your campaigns, and feed it clean data. That's it. That's how you win.
So, we want to leave you with one final question to think about. I want you to forget about your audience list for a second and just take a hard look at your actual ads. Is your creative library really ready for Andromeda? Do you have enough different stories to tell? Because from now on, your creatives aren't just ads. They're your entire targeting strategy.